hello again. I want to make another video about Cebuano and its classification because a lot of people, especially Cebuano speakers, or as colloquially in the Philippines they're called Bisaya speakers or Bisaya. They like to, or even not just the Visayans, but other Filipinos like to, especially those that don't have a formal education in language. They refer to other languages in the Philippines as dialects, which is pretty misleading because they're not dialects; they're other separate languages, right? So I'm gonna show this video, make it really quick, about Cebuano's classification and origin-ish, I guess, in relation to other Philippine languages. So anyway, we have this whole group of Philippine languages, yeah? Alright, and these Philippine languages consist of like your northern languages, your central, all that kind of stuff, right? It's northern, central, and whatever. So anyway, Cebuano belongs to, and I know this is going to be terrible drawing, but Cebuano belongs to the Visayan language family. All right, Visayan language family. Right, it's a big family of its own, and this Visayan language family, there are many different languages that consist of Visayan languages. So some Visayan languages would be Waray, spoken in the island of Samar, in it's more in the eastern side of the central Visayas region. So the island of Samar. Waray is what they know it as. You can call it Waray. In Cebuano, it's called Wineray. Another language would be Hiligaynon. And Hiligaynon is commonly known as Ilonggo in the area that it's spoken. We know this as Hiligaynon, but some of the locals like to call this language Hilonggo or Ilonggo, but they know as Hiligaynon. Another Visayan language would be Kinaraya. Kinaraya is another one. It's also spoken in the same island that Hiligaynon is spoken in. Obviously, the one we want to talk about is Cebuano. That's the one we want to talk about. But there's other languages like, you got Kuyonon. You've got, what else is there? Surigao-non, I think. You've also got Butuanon, which I feel like it might be a Visayan language. Butuanon. You have Masbateño. You just got so many Visayan languages, right? These are all Visayan languages of their own, right? But the one we want is Cebuano. Okay? And Cebuano speakers love to call their language Bisaya. Alright? Colloquially, the locals like to call it Bisaya. Alright? And Cebuano speakers are found in lots of places. This language is spoken in a vast area of the Philippines, and since it's spoken and it encompasses a vast geographical land area in the Philippines, not everyone in those geographical areas will speak Cebuano the same way from one area to another. And because of these regional differences in Cebuano, that makes Cebuano by default with having other dialects. So one dialect of Cebuano obviously is a Cebu City dialect. Cebu, right? You got one from Cebu. So the Cebuanos from Cebu speak Cebuano. You got people from Bohol, right? And people from Bohol call the Cebuano language as Boholano or Bolanon. You know, the Boholanos like to talk or say that their language is a Bolanon, or they're speaking in Bohol, which is actually a dialect of Cebuano. Alright, and that's why people from Cebu and Bohol can still understand each other with little or no difficulty, because why? They're speaking the same language, which is called Cebuano. Right? Then you have people from Davao, right? And people from Davao or in Mindanao, even in northern Mindanao especially, they call their language Bisaya, again referred to as Bisaya, but they still, they're speaking Cebuano. You got people from Leyte, where my grandmother is from, so Leyte, more specifically Southern Leyte. All right, Southern Leyte is where I should just put that there. Southern Leyte is where Cebuano is prominently spoken, because the more north you go towards Samar, you start speaking Waray, or you start hearing Waray. And but in Leyte, you speak Bisaya there too, or Cebuano. In Siquijor, they speak it there too. In Siquijor, you've got the island of Camiguin, and in Camiguin they speak Cebuano there too. They also speak another language in Camiguin called Kinamigin, which is the native language there. However, it's not really spoken much anymore. It's just kind of on the path to becoming extinct, sadly. But yeah, people from these places in northern Mindanao, in eastern Mindanao, Cebu, Leyte, Bohol, wherever these people go, they can understand speakers from these other places. They just speak differently. They might have a different accent, they might use different words, they might use different pronunciation of things, but they're still speaking Cebuano. It might just be different from what they're used to. And these are just the dialects that they speak, which, every language, if it's spoken in a vast region and encompasses a vast geography, will have dialects, naturally. So that's something I just wanted to share. Hopefully this can clarify some things.